All right, so I'm super excited to be here with you, Lynn, and we're just going to go over your customer experience with Forever Wick Candles. I know you've been with us about 2 years. How did it all start?
Well, I think I found you around Christmas time. I was looking for Christmas gifts for people, and that kind of popped up, and I thought, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. So I bought a few for Christmas, and then I bought a few for myself, and just kind of started.
Yeah, what was your first favorite candle that you got?
Oh my gosh. I typically I'm one of those people that just try a lot of different scents. Yeah, I think I probably tried the unicorn poop. I like that scent. And then some of the I don't know, some I'm not very good with names, but some of the candles that were red or sparkly, those were really cool.
Very cool, very cool. Now, when you were purchasing, were you going for the names? Were you going for like the color of the candles or like the themes or the smells? Like what really kept you coming back?
Well, I first started because I thought it was a cool idea that, oh, there's a diamond in the candle. And, I knew, hey, what's the chance? But still, that was kind of cool. And then I noticed the exchange program. And, I think, I used to buy a lot of another name brand candle, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but a lot of name brand candle, and I feel these have about the same burn rate, and, the prices really are very close to the same, and you kinda get a little surprise in the bottom, and, I like a lot of like, at this time, the fall time, I like a lot of the sage smell and things like that. So they've kinda just been my go-to candle, and I've just collected my diamonds, and then I have turned one batch in and got a nice little solitaire tear ring, and I think the day I talked to you last week, I turned another 100 in, and I'm gonna get another one to, kinda, stack with it. So just kept coming back just kind of because I think it's kind of a cool gift, and I kinda like the surprise in the bottom, and the smells and the burn rate are really very similar, and they burn very clean. Some candles, will leave, if you leave them one spot too long, your ceiling gets sharp, but these don't do that.
Oh man, well, it sounds like you're a candle connoisseur, so you know kind of the difference of what other brands bring you and then what we bring you. So, and you said you have over 200 diamonds, is that?
Yeah, because I turned in 100 and I just turned in 100 the other day. So yeah, I've collected so that tells you how many I've bought. I
Yeah.
like I will watch the specials a lot. You guys will once in a while have specials or the you get 3 or 4 for, a certain price and I'd like to do that. At one point I had a big stockpile and my stockpile's gone, so I gotta go figure out which ones are on sale now.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, you have 200 candles, so that means that you are a pretty avid buyer, and in the 2 years to come up with 200, that means you've had a few.
Yeah, I've had a few. And
That's
I typically, I'll burn, I burn them downstairs where I'm at during the day. I work at home. And, we have an outdoor room that I guess you call it a three-season room where the windows are closed. And I burn one in there and I burn one in the kitchen. Sometimes I'll burn one in our small little bathroom. So I'll go through them, probably quicker than the normal person. But that's kinda where I like to kinda have the scents on the first floor, so I'll burn different ones, I don't burn all the same scent at the same time, so it's kinda nice.
Yeah, so you get kind of an aroma of all the
Mhm.
different ones. And you said that I think we talked back in June on our live. So you had
Yes,
100 and was it 187?
180, I think, 187, something like that, I think they asked the question, "Okay, who has the" how many diamonds do you have? And I was like, well, and then somebody was like, wow, really? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is hard to believe, a lot of people are sometimes skeptical and they're like, "Oh, there's not a real diamond in there," or you like we had mentioned too, like whoever wins the big prize, but there
Yeah.
is somebody that does, we have um the page and stuff. Now, if you were talking to a new customer and telling them about Forever Wick, like how would you describe the company and what would you tell them about it?
Well, I mean, I think they're quality candles. I've a couple of times I've gotten maybe one's been broke in the mail, it's glass, it's gonna break. But customer service is great. They always just send me out a new one. Um, I think it's a good company. I think that it's kind of fun just having the surprise. And honestly, if you look at the price and the burn rate, they're pretty comparable to other candles you'll find out there. So, it's a fun thing to do. There's a lot of different scents. One thing that's kind of hard, sometimes I know people will say, well, what is, this scent with this funny name have, smell like? And I tend to not buy necessarily for the funny names because I think one time I got one, maybe it's in my subscription thing, and it had kind of one of those funny names, and one of my kids says, "Mom, do you know what those initials mean?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even notice that." But, I kinda buy for the sense and the more generic names, but that's hey, I'm old, so what can I say?
There's nothing wrong with that. Well, that's exciting. I mean, what would you say is like your favorite product? Is it the candles or have you tried the rest of the stuff in the line?
Yeah, I've gotten in some of the packages, I've gotten, like, the bath bombs. I actually like that you have some scrub. And the lotion is very nice. Has a very nice scent to it. I don't remember what scents I've gotten, but they've been very nice. I like those a lot.
Very cool. And then you have also the subscription.
Mhm.
How do you like the subscription? What opportunities does that provide?
Well, of course, I don't have to remember if I'm running low, and I don't remember how I have 2 subscriptions, 2 different ones, and they come, at varied times. But, there's always the chance that you might get something cool. I've not, I've have quite a few. I've not got that big diamond yet, but I've, traded in, so it's kinda cool. And maybe one of these days I will get that big diamond, who knows?
Yeah, that's exciting. What would you do if you got a candle and you gave it away as a gift and that gift was the big diamond?
I would be excited. I've given them to my daughters-in-law and my mother-in-law and things like that. I think that would be just really cool.
That's super exciting. Now, what would you like to see in the future? Would you like to see like new candles or new products, or what would you like to see from Forever Wick or with the
That's
company?
a good question. I'd like to see maybe a few more on the rewards programs, a few more choices on like the 50 and the 100, you know, um, 100 diamond collection because right now there's, just only one choice. And I'd like to see maybe a few more choices. That would be, really good. Other than that, I think you guys do a really good job of putting the different scents out there. I love the fact that last year after the Ukraine war, or not after, I guess it's still going on, but you had a Ukraine candle and I bought several of those and that was for a really good cause. So, and that's a great thing too, if you guys have something, if there's something going on in the world crazy, like the hurricane recently, having, some of the profits go to a cause, I think that's great.
Yeah, if you could name a candle, what do you think that you would name one?
Oh gosh. I I don't know. That's really I'm glad I'm not in the naming marketing department because that's not one of my fortes.
That's too funny. That's too funny. Well, I mean, we love Forever Wick and we try to give back to the customers, like you said, with the discounts, the promotions, the lives. I mean, what do you like best about the live opportunities to
I
join?
thought, I tried to join a second time and I think I was in a car and it wasn't working, but I joined, I think one of the first times she went live, and that was just really fun to see all the different people that had gotten different things. And, they highlighted some of the newer candles that were coming out. it was informative, but it was kind of fun because you could win prizes, and I won one, and so and it didn't take very long. I don't even think it lasts. I don't know. It might have lasted half hour, but it's a fun thing to do and to learn more about the company.
Yeah, and anything else that you'd like to talk about before we wrap up the chat or tell anybody who's watching because we're going to be putting this on the live on Wednesday. I know you're going to be traveling. So,
Yeah.
anything else you'd like to tell everybody out
No,
there?
I just think it's a great try purchase, you get a little surprise in the bottom, and if you wanna keep buying them, you can, collect and do the exchange program. I think you have it for 10, 20, 30, 50, 100. So, it's not like you have to wait till 100 to change it in for something, but, uh, I think it's a great especially around now, around the holidays, it's a great, product to try.
That's awesome. What keeps you coming back the most? If you had to say one thing that keeps you coming back to Forever Wick candles, what would you say?
Probably the scents and the fact that the clean burn. I remember I had candles previously, like I said, and it was like, "Oh my gosh, look at my ceiling," this it was, like, all dark. But, just the scents and the clean burn, and they're packaged very well, so typically you don't have to worry about it. Once in a while, you may get one, but just call customer service if it's broken, and they'll send you out a different one.
Well, it sounds to me like you've had a pretty good experience so far, and that's what I definitely like to hear. And I really am excited that you took the time to be able to talk about it because it's one thing to hear it from me or from Eric or from somebody else, but it's really nice to hear it from you. Somebody that actually knows and loves the products and uses them. Being that you have over 200 diamonds, what's it like to have that many diamonds to go through the whole
I
experience?
just put them in my little I keep one of the little, vials, and I just keep them in there, and then I every once in a while, I think, "Okay, I gotta go count these," but I kinda know, okay, it's been a while, so go through and count them. That's kinda fun, and then, just look and say, "Hey, do I wanna maybe send 50 in and get, one of the other prices or but right now I'm kind of on a stacking mission, so that's why I saved up.
That's super exciting. Well, I appreciate you, and I know the rest of everybody else does. So thank you so much for your time.